Alrighty, folks, good evening and welcome to another session of our Out of the Abyss. I'm your Dungeon Master, Dungeon Mister, joined by our trepidatious adventurers this evening.
Hello, Internet, and trepidatious we are.
Hello.
We're
Say, I don't
one
even
of
know
the
what the
two.
word meant.
Exactly, hey, you know what it meant by the way it makes you feel. And that's good enough for me. But speaking of the way we feel, let's talk about how our characters feel coming up. But before we talked about that, let's talk about what happened last time before we get into what's going to happen this time. Last time, you guys were taking the battle from the house center through the pudding court and to an old throne room. Battled alongside stone giant allies, you traversed these caves and were assaulted by oozes from all sides. And as you made your way to the throne room, covered in patches of green slime throughout the space, greeted by the Pudding King himself. Only for a short time this moment, as his royal quote unquote children dropped from the ceiling towards you, lashing out with pseudopods and blasts of jelly. Taking care of these two were quite a task, and the enormous tar like ooze seemed to split several times over, making more enemies than you had hoped. As the green gelatin dropped onto the giant, consuming him, another creature approached. A familiar gelatinous cube, Glabagool, whom some of you had met so long ago. And his arrival, from seemingly nothingness, was met with curious looks by those who had not met them before. But they did consume the psychically charged gray ooze as you fought towards the throne where the Pudding King was hidden. Battling around the throne was fraught with danger since many patches of green slime collected onto the ceiling and dropped down onto several of you, sticking to you like glue, along with pools of ooze started to wave out and grasp at anyone nearby, threatening drowning by pudding. Assaulting the so-called king, he fought tooth and nail, spelling slime against you, but in the end, he was blasted to mere droplets of jelly, with a warning about Jubilex and some sort of celebration he was to consume. Taking a moment to clean each other off from the ooze, a trio of boulder creatures, Galeb Dur, rolled on into the scene, sent from the gnomes asking to escort you back to Blingdenstone proper, as a retreat was called for now, and the battle for Blingdenstone won, at least mostly. And being escorted back, you could see bodies of gnomes and puddles of former ooze scattered across the battlefield of the Pudding Courts, and little patches of ooze kind of scattered about too, but still moving about. But as you head back to the Blingdenstone proper and into the warrens of the market, where the majority of gnome soldiers had retreated to. That is where we're going to pick up as these three boulder creatures kind of roll you into the scene as the gnomes kind of re-barricade the area behind them, behind you, to kind of seal off from any other ooze onslaught. And you can see not too many casualties, not too slime covered, as all of them have the glistening armor and weapons. Some do have acid burns here and there. But you can see people patching up wounds, healers of magic and just regular kind of doctoring as people are being tended to. Everyone in the market tending to their kin. And kind of as you are, as the three boulders kind of roll over towards the priests. Is it Dorbo? I'm really bad at that guy's name. The Diggermatic. Senny and Dorbo? Yes, it is Dorbo. Dorbo would approach you all. He also has some burn marks on his skin, but still kind of wearing his dwarven made armor. Approaches you all. Well, I take it Pudding King's done for.
Hi, mate. He's dead.
At least appears that way for now. But we might have bigger issues at hand.
Well, we noticed that oozes started scattering and seemed less cohesive in their, well, attacks. Eventually, they'll probably scatter out of there. It'll take some time, but I think I'd call that an absolute win. We lost some, but we gained back. Well, not quite, but we're fast on our way to gain back the house center.
Well, that's good news. Casualties do appear to be few. Far few than I expected, at least.
Well, honestly, it was all a big part thanks to you lot and all you did. Getting that, the blots in the arms and armor from across the lake. And even the giants. I guess one of them didn't make it.
Right.
Unfortunately.
Craziest thing during the battle. You saw these ghostly figures. They were gnomes. That was a sight. Even our ancestors rooting for us to take it back.
Well, certainly seems that fate has smiled upon Blingingstone this day.
Right. I think everything went well. I'm glad your city's safe.
Relatively. Like even the rats were helpful and did their part, which was unexpected. I half expected them to gnaw us in the back.
It seems
They
you
were
can trust them after all.
true to their word, yeah. Yeah.
Now just make sure you hold up your end of the bargain.
They can keep their part of Blingdenstone. They were brothers at one point. They're just different now, I guess. Gonna take a while to get used to it.
Well, I certainly think that coexisting in harmony with them is the right path forward. Speaking of coexisting in harmony, before we forget, there is a gelatinous cube in there named Globagul. As you guys are cleaning up, don't hurt him. He helped us out. He's actually kind of on our side.
Yeah.
If you come across him.
A friendly gelatinous cube.
Yeah, it
Yes.
would take a long time to explain, but we came across them before, and he actually helped us out quite a bit in there.
Well, I guess
Consumed one of the princes.
I would say I haven't heard of stranger bedfellows, but hell, we've got 3 drow helping us out reclaim Blingdenstone, so could be stranger things, right?
Very true.
Right, mate. There would have been more of us here, except for the demons got the rest of our band.
I think 3's plenty. We
Could have 23 more.
We wouldn't ask for more drow to invade the city.
Oh. No, not really like that, mate.
Yeah.
Have other business.
Your presence alone is not a good sign to have. Even if helpful it is It's not something anyone wishes to linger too long. But get some rest. Take the time you need. Turvey's around here somewhere. He's excited to see you back. Hoping you all
That's
made
good.
it. He knows the way up. He'll take you as far as he can.
Right, much appreciated. I'm glad you got your city back, mate. You and all your kin.
Just kind of nod at Zach and then kind of try to turn more towards like one guy,
Someone
Dusk and
else.
Casmus, because like does not, it just makes him uncomfortable talking to Drow for too long.
That's fair.
We have that
I
effect on
suppose-
people.
Yeah, I guess those were the nod. Yeah, we probably should get going. And it was a pleasure to help you get your city back.
We'll get some rest. We'd love to have you mostly back, as long as it's announced in with pleasantries.
I'll
course
try
not.
to come back.
Hey mate, I don't suppose look down at my armor, which is like melted and right. I know it's a minor thing, but you don't happen to have any armor lying around, do you?
Fit for a Drow now.
No.
Why don't you use the Bloodsin? What you all got it for?
Right. It didn't seem like there was enough, so we wanted to make sure the gnomes had it.
Right.
Right,
No,
we're tough. We handle it.
Unfortunately, we don't really get much leather, and definitely don't have things sized for Drow.
Well, it's worth asking, mate. Thank you.
Yeah, of course. Well, make sure, as he turns to the others, make sure you see the priest before you go.
All right, we'll go.
Okay.
We'll go talk to him.
Yeah, I think, yeah, Glyphic Streamlight said he wanted to see you. Actually, no. The Stones. Gunnick. Yeah, she wanted to see you. Tap finger.
Right. And let's go see her and then take some rest and let's see from there.
Right, then we're headed to the surface right after that, mates.
After we rested, after a full day rest, yeah, sure. We're gonna have to get up to the surface, follow the map,
Right.
wherever that's gonna bring us.
Yeah, out of curiosity, where is it going to bring us on the surface?
You don't know. You guys don't actually have the map.
Right, who's got the map?
Derby does.
No, Turvey has the map. That's what he said. All right.
Right, hey boss, you want to take a look at that map when we meet up with Turvey? See where we're going to end up?
I can.
If that's alright with you all. I figure you don't mind.
If she can figure out the top slide, sure.
I
Is she
mean,
any good with maps?
I've seen her handle a map or two. She's pretty smart.
I can take
I-
a look at it. I have some experience with mapping.
I do not.
He's actually proficient with navigator's tools.
Cartographer's tool.
Yeah.
I am not.
I didn't realize that until I just glanced down, but new background.
You're like, oh yeah, by the way.
New background.
I could
I was gonna
carve
say- I
wood.
was gonna say, how long have you had that with
Right.
our map that we've been drawing this entire
Oh
time?
boy, that
Yeah.
man.
Oh, that map. Oh God.
That's why Weller's asking, because he's like, really? Somebody's good with maps?
Right.
All
So,
right.
what do I need to know about this priestess we're going to meet?
Not much.
She's a
Not much.
priestess.
The priestess.
Right of stone, earth, and all that.
Gnomish.
You,
Yes.
you guys
Oh,
would
shit.
know it's Calidar and Smoothens.
Okay.
Right.
It's the one where you reclaimed the Menhir stone for.
Yeah.
hmm
All right. Then go talk to her.
You would see her. Those three Galebdur would kind of be around her as she's speaking to the other giant. And you see the other giant just kind of stoically up against a wall, almost melded into it, but just kind of unmoving as the three Galebdur boulder creatures are kind of rubbing dirt on all of the wounds that the stone giant has sustained. And you would see the small form of Gurnik Tapfinger seemingly praying over them, this short, kind of grayish purple skinned gnome, white hair and a short bun, in kind of brownish gray robes lined with white.
I'm waiting for the others to go forward and
She
talk to
doesn't
her.
really see you approach. She's busy. She's praying over the stone giant.
Arcaspa's gonna get closer and tell her, we told you needed to speak to us.
Yeah. I was just praying over the losses we've had. Returning to the stone is what's best for all in the end. I just wanted to thank you. I've been given permission to gift you with one of our controlling stones. And as thanks for everything you've done with Blingden Stone. It's been hard, but getting rid of Elgin Moxbane, restoring into Moxboon, the earth feels more welcome. No more madness in the elements themselves. We haven't quite reclaimed everything, but it's a start. And one that, well, wouldn't have been able to do without you. So she'll kind of reach into her robe and pull out a stone. A heavier looking stone of what looks to be dark, swirled marble. It looks kind of plain except for its kind of coloration seems near significant, and it's like a small bowling ball. Like, what are those things? The bocce ball? Is that what I'm thinking? Am I thinking the right thing? That you like the thing
Yeah.
you
Uh,
roll in the yard to hit things. I don't know. I don't know bocce, but
Cricket.
yeah, or like a croquet ball. That's kind of what it looks like. Maybe a little more jagged and cracks in it, and a little bit of odd crystals stuck to it. I know it's not much, but like you to have this. And she'll hand the stone out.
Casper could take it. He's close to him.
It is a stone of controlling earth elementals. Literally lets you summon an earth elemental once per day. As an action to summon it, and a bonus action to dismiss it.
Right.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
I just wanted to say thanks, and I will pray for you. I know you wanted to get up top side. I'll pray that the stones help guide you. And may your path be as smooth as Caladuran's hands.
Thank you.
Thank you, and you're welcome. And thank you. Right, boss?
I guess.
Well, if there's anything else we can do for you, obviously Blingdenstan owes you a debt.
Well, I think for now, we just need to rest and lick our wounds. Weller glances over at Dusk. No offense.
Meanwhile, Dusk is licking the back of his hand,
Mhm.
ignoring Weller.
And she kind of goes back to a solemn dirt rubbing prayer with the stone giant and the 3 Gale of Dur. As the gnomes don't seem like they're like joyous, like, oh, let's drink till we're stupid kind of victory. They're more solemn and like understanding of the task ahead. That is the general consensus with them.
Hey, mate, I'll look up at the stone giant. Jorgen fought well to the end. I wish I could have saved him.
He is one with the stones, the caves, the mountain, and beneath.
The stones are gonna speak highly of him.
Hi, mate.
A smile will come over the giant with that thought. It's not one with words. Kind of how you've seen the stone giants be. They seem to be, when they do talk, they're
Cryptic.
yeah, kind of almost poetic, but not. You know, like what's the poetry? What are you saying? That's definitely the general feel of them.
All right.
All right. Rest,
Uh,
mates. I'm gonna be.
Yeah. A drink and then rest, definitely.
Agreed.
Yeah, you can absolutely head
Yeah.
to the foaming mug if you'd like. No, it's on the further side of town than the market where the entrance to the pudding court is, or was rather. But yeah, as you start walking through the caves, you'd hey, what up? And you would see
Yes.
Turvy.
Oh,
Oh,
Hey,
oh, you
you
all
made it,
getting? Yeah, of course I made it.
well, come drink with us.
Good to see you, Turvy.
Hey, you too, Ella. It's
How did your party fare?
the rats. Well, the gold whiskers. They're a bunch of yeah, I don't know how you'd explain it, but they're good with their teeth and their claws. Might have learned a thing or two from them in battle. But Yeah, it'll be all right. We what tooth and nail, as it were. Which they didn't seem to mind getting ooze in their mouth from time to time. Kind of gross, but yeah.
We won. That's
Yeah.
all that matters.
Lincoln Stand will be alright. It'll be better. I just wish Sis could have seen it. One more time.
How did Chipgrin fare? Did he make it help?
Yeah, of course, that old bugger's gonna outlive all of us. He's a tough big rat. He's tough even when he's not in rat form, which he doesn't seem to let down. He was always tough when I knew him. But yeah, I think they seemed to be collecting some things while they were in there. Some of the oozes were covering stuff and they took it back to the Warren with them. Seemed to be a bit of a bunch of hoarders though, but not a bad thing either.
Well, you all fought well enough that Dorba seems like he'll hold up his end of the bargain, and there'll be a peaceful coexistence.
That's good. That's good.
I think I might have give you a map. Did they?
Yeah. Sunny and Dorbo gave me a map to help you get topside, yeah.
Possible to show us the map so we know where topside we're gonna end up?
Oh no, you said it's top secret information. Can't be sharing it with just anyone. I won't lead you astray.
No, I know. We were just curious where we're gonna end up topside. Like, are we gonna end up in the middle of a forest, or are we gonna end up near one of the major cities in the Sword Coast? It's just curiosity.
Oh,
Right.
I didn't think it
Honestly,
would
does it
matter.
really matter?
Is it topside, right?
Yeah.
Right.
I
How
mean, it just
far
said,
away-
it's on the map. It says top.
Top, but you don't know about where, like, how far away, say, Gauntlgrim is.
What's a Gauntlgrim?
Right. Right, mate. No worries.
No, it just says top.
Right.
I would
alright.
assume it's not in the middle of nowhere, because, you know, it's
I
an
assume that.
old trading passage, so it can't be nowhere, right?
Just out of curiosity, it doesn't say bottom on the map, right?
Well, it's a path from Langdon Stone to Topside, and
Okay, I just wanted to make sure it wasn't like directions of how to hold the map, and you were just reading it as top, and there was a bottom, and
It's a fair point.
I just wanted to make sure.
I know how to read.
I
The
believe
words
you
only
do.
go in one direction.
Right. Right. I think he's messing with you, mate. He knows you're smart.
Should know by now.
Bad drow humor.
I thought it was pretty good.
I've got
Right.
used to Wella's
It was-
humour sometimes. We've been together for a while.
Why don't you join us for a drink? Or right into the foaming mug.
Oh, yeah, I guess we could have a drink. Or not, it's been kind of a taxing kind of day. I tell you what, that Blotzen really does wonders. Keeps everything nice and shiny.
Right. I looked down at my destroyed armor. Yeah. It would have been nice, mate.
Why didn't you have any?
Right. They were short, mate, and
Oh, sure,
We
we
just
brought
short
enough for
shot.
everyone, I thought.
it's alright, mate. A new suit of armor at some point.
Just like a drow not to apply the Blotzen in dire times.
Right.
He'll give us a small grin and walk with you to the foaming mug, which is empty right now. Like, not even Tappy Foam Strap is there.
Right. No bartender.
I think that means it's free drinks.
Yeah, certainly. Heroes of Blinking Stone, we can pour our own draft. I don't think they
Bring it
mind.
down.
Not today.
Let's do it.
Turvy will hop behind the bar and start pouring drinks for you guys.
Oh, thanks, mate. I'm gonna lean
Turvy.
over to Weller.
Anything other than Dark Lake Stout?
As you would hear a grumble from behind the bar. Oh, I'm pretty sure that's all they have back here.
They don't have any of that red stuff they drink. I've seen it before.
No,
Probably not anymore.
I know the Dark Lake Stout. That's what all these barrels are back here. As you would see Hemeth kind of get up from the back.
Right, you made it too, mate. That's good.
How would Hemeth not make it?
I'm
How many
just
empty
saying. it's
bottles
good,
do we
mate.
see around Himeth?
You don't see any bottles. It's just there's some casks.
Right,
But
I'm gonna lean over to Weller. Weller, hey, mate.
Yeah.
Hey, it'd help if we could see where the map takes us out and find out how far away from Gontalgrim we are.
Okay. Well, maybe we can get a couple drinks in him and he'll be a little looser with the map. We'll see.
All right.
as Turvy starts to pour drinks, Hemeth will be like, "No, you are pouring it all wrong. You need to, you do it slow and then a quick stop. You tilt the glass more, Turvy." Turvy's like, "Oh, I know how to pour drinks. Come on." No, it's just gonna get a lot of foam. And they'll bicker a little bit, but Hemeth is not actually drinking. He might make a drink with a toast, but he's not gonna drink. But the afternoon is yours as the bar is deserted other than you guys.
I wonder where everybody is. Figured this would be popular after all that.
Turvio's, well, they're in the market all patching up. It was kind of an all hands on deck situation, so when gnomes try to stick together with as many things as possible. And Hemeth be like, I looked out because they were congratulating each other and batching wounds, and I am useless in these things, so I thought I would come here and see if there was any food to be had, or too many eyes looking at Dwergar and the market. Of course, they're interesting.
I'm sure there'll be time for a celebration. But yeah, it seems like everyone right now is just doing a bit of recovering.
As you do see some acid burns on Hemeth as well. But the time in the tavern is yours. However quiet or loud you guys want to be.
Weller's just gonna have a couple drinks in, just somberly.
It is just Dark Lake Stout.
Ah, damn it.
And it's just gonna drink a few mug.
In Dwergar society, drinking is a sign of weakness. It brings out emotions of sadness and trouble. We mostly make it for other folk to drink.
It usually just makes me feel warm, mate.
There's a term,
Hi.
drowning sorrow.
Oh.
I haven't tried that one.
Yeah, you don't want to cry in Drow Society. You get hurt. Probably.
Yeah.
Did not say cry. You see Dwergar cry. He is no Dwergar, I assure you this.
Yeah, I
Sounds
trust
about
me.
right.
I've seen humans up topside drink and
Of course,
The,
all of you surface
out.
people cry and drink
No,
until you are
drink.
stupid, yes.
I mean drink and pass out literally standing. Yeah, they're really bad with it.
This is sign of weakness.
Oh, I agree.
I agree with that as well.
I
I
don't
see
drink too
emotional
often.
health is well and good in the Underdark.
Yes, you
Right, mate?
you feel any sadness, this is fault. If you feel anger, this is okay. But no. Do not think about the past. It will just bring ill thoughts. Drink often leads to past thoughts and who needs that? You think of the future.
Well, thankfully, my goal is to drink, to get drunk. I will limit my reflecting, I promise, Seamuth.
I would appreciate that. I do not want to hear drow tears hitting the floor, the stone. Then your face goes next. This is what happens. I've seen it.
That
Oh,
makes
yeah.
sense. Tears are like acid, mate. I understand.
I hear that their tears turn into little spiders when they hit the floor.
This is true. I've seen it. Eyeballs are just the egg sacs of the spider of the brain.
Yeah.
Okay.
100% true.
Turby will just kind of look over you all.
Well, everyone should be well rested for tomorrow morning, so if you become too inebriated, come see me before you lie down.
What is tomorrow?
The start of the journey topside.
Start the journey topside. You all are still on about that?
Yes, that's been our goal since the beginning.
Yeah,
Right,
that
look
was
like
so
I
long
belong
ago.
here.
I mean, it wasn't too long ago.
That was like
How long?
a month ago.
Yeah, that is not long ago.
You have not gone up and come back already. Yes, is it Catman Dusk, was it?
Yes.
You look like you belong down here. I will say that.
That's quite a
Although,
compliment.
maybe a little more on the drow side than the dwergar side, no?
In either case, no.
There. Well, if you are heading topside, perhaps this is opportunity for Emeth to branch out and find new ventures.
I'm pretty sure you could find ventures topside.
We will go with you.
Plenty of opportunity up there.
Well, you are also traveling with 3 drow who will easily stab you in back at first chance.
It's not that easy.
Yeah, that's not true. There'd at least be a moment of hesitation.
Right. We don't do assassination for free.
Dusk slides a piece of silver over to Zach on the
Right.
table, very loudly, like that.
Like
It
clatter
grates
it.
across the
Yeah.
table.
Oh. This is because we killed the Pudding King then. Second assassination. I'll put it in the book. That one was kind of pro bono for getting to the surface, though, mate.
Yes, Himist will join you in surface. To watch your backs from these drow.
Seems smart.
I should appreciate it, Emmett.
I'm an astute businessman, even if I am wanted in Cracklestug.
And there it is.
Thanks for the silver dusk.
As, yeah, Hammett, like he'll maybe take a sip of drink, but he's not going to get drunk. Turvey will have as many drinks as probably the rest of you guys are, if not more.
Dusk doesn't really drink. He just leans back in his chair, pulls the hood down, mysterious monk style, and just watches the stupidity unfold.
And Strider from Lord of the Rings just going back.
Yep.
Ryder's a wimp.
Kind of like smell over one of these cups. What do you guys like about this stuff so much? Never tried it.
Warm. It makes
Try
you
it.
warm. It makes you warm.
Try it.
He'll take a sip and be like any other kid just having his first beer, like,
It is made with
Why?
the residue of mollusks from the lake. So it gives it that little extra pungentness.
It's not a bad ale.
Seems like you could use it to pickle mushrooms, so I'd go light on that.
I'd
It's an
wager
acquired
you
taste.
could, yes.
Second sip's usually better though.
Yeah, definitely. You get
Once
used
you
to
drink
it
a whole
quickly.
one, they usually taste a lot better after your first one.
okay.
Taste does not matter. It serves purpose, and the purpose is money.
I'll start waving a hand in front of my eyes. I don't know if I can see so well now.
That's because you haven't had drunk enough. You need to drink at least 2. Maybe 3.
Possibly more.
Possibly
That's
more.
Guys, do this
how-
by choice?
That's
Uh,
not
yeah.
how alcohol works. That's not how any of this works.
The more you drink, the better you feel.
It's exactly how that,
Drinks,
how
drinks
that
for
is.
every meal.
Always with the rhymes.
Wait till we get back to the surface. I'll introduce you to some things that'll really make you feel good.
Magical.
Right? I can't wait to get to the surface.
Yeah, there's a few. If you really want better beer than this, there's a few saloon and tavern up there that have better food and drinks than this. I'll be honest.
Yeah, but we don't even know if we're close to wherever you want to go.
Oh, we'll see. It doesn't matter. There's some in all the cities.
Okay.
Right. Sure be nice to know where we're heading, popping out on the surface, though.
Yeah, Turvey, you mind letting us take a gander at that map?
Give me a persuasion check.
And I know it's, sensitive information, but being that we're traveling with you.
Well, I mean, I was told it's top secret of the highest order from the Digger Medics. I might let you get a peek at it, but I'm being truthful with you. It's not. It just says topside. Go pull it out and show Weller. Making sure to hide it from both Zach and Yezebo.
I look away while they're looking at it.
Dusk's head will appear over Weller's shoulder. His ears switching.
Weller I would say you can give. I would say Dusk and Weller can give me a insight check. I'll give Dusk advantage because proficiency with cartographer's tools.
Nothing if not consistent.
Say that
Yeah.
counts for something.
23.
I would say Weller. It looks like a map, just kind of how Turby described. It shows Blingden Stone, and then miles and miles of caves. There's several offshoots that it says like, don't go this way, go that way. And Dusk, you can tell this will take probably about 5 or 6 days journey.
Okay.
It doesn't indicate where it pops out at. It literally just says topside. And
Towards the top, are there any names or parts of names that look at all familiar?
it's less named, more go this way, not that way type situations.
Sure.
Kind of like the map that we had before, where
maybe-
it said like bad.
Yeah, like maybe like, you know, beware of spiders here, beware of, you know, don't eat the mushrooms in this space, or be like, hey, look out for good mushrooms to eat here. Things like that. Grell lair here. But it would
Before we
yes.
well, I guess he wouldn't say that now. Never mind. All right. Dusk's head will slowly, go back down.
But it would, I would say it would
and he'll
kind
be
of
back next year.
seem like a, at the top where it does say topside, there does appear to be some sort of mechanism marked.
Okay. Well, I would imagine that if this is a trade route, and Dusk will be saying this, it probably is connected to some sort of gnomish route or settlement. Those are all over the surface,
Oh, they are.
concentrated in some, more places than others. But honestly, wherever we end up, unless it's, in the middle of a Red Mage convention, we should be able to make our way where we need to go.
What's a Red Mage convention, mate?
You don't want to know.
What's a convention?
You don't want to know.
Reveals
Right.
it, what's red?
Best I can show you is orange.
I was just checking. I see colors.
Just want you to know that Weller wanted to make that joke very badly, but it's like nobody's enjoying my jokes tonight, so Weller's not going to make that joke.
That's fair.
So I'm happy Turvy did.
But the evening is yours. If there's anything else you'd like to do, we'll say you did collect 2 spell books.
Oh yeah.
Oh, right, yeah.
Oh yeah, I'll turn mine over to whoever's interested.
I would like it.
As there,
Yeah,
Yeah.
you can use both of them.
Take a gander.
the
Okay,
first
would give it to when he's got to.
the first book is titled Underland Magic with a CK. It contains several spells from 1st to 4th level. The second book is titled Magic, also with a CK, from Beyond the Mirror. Contains spells from 5th to 8th level. Has
Dang.
several spells within it.
Ooh, God. Oh, God. Okay.
Oh my
Anything good in there,
goodness.
Alice?
Several
That's like a wiz.
spells.
That's like
It's a wizard
Holy-
spell book.
those are. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
that's
Okay.
that's some. That's nice.
There is more magic than you've ever seen. Several schools out of your league of spells. Like one of them, the magic from beyond the mirror is just riddled
Complex.
with complex formulas, and it's all in a mix between Gnomish and Undercommon,
Okay.
but you can kind of decipher like the formulas, like pick out what things in Gnomish, what they mean just based on the rest of it, context clues and all that.
That's yeah. That's badass.
It's pretty good.
Did the rules change about copying spells and which book you want to use per day, et cetera, et cetera?
You still have to choose your book.
Book. And then if you copied, all those rules are still.
Yeah, they're essentially the
have the
same,
ink,
but it's
gotta
it's a little less time consuming, but you
Huh.
still have to have the resources.
Yeah.
It's something you can do when once you get topside and have some time and money.
Right. Well, nothing else. I guess off to bed.
Yeah.
Who had the most to drink?
I probably had 3.
Probably Turvey. And then Weller behind him.
Turvey
Yeah,
would probably match whatever Weller has, plus like a few sips. Yeah.
And
I
round
mean,
4,
do they
5.
look? Do they look drunk?
Weller handles it pretty well.
Weller, give me a Constitution save. I'll say Yezbo too, because
Weller
three is
doesn't
enough
handle
of,
it pretty
of-
well.
of the Dark Lake Stout.
Yeah, I'm doing one for Gasmus too because I said 4 or 5. So let's see.
Weller handles it pretty
Four or
well.
5, absolutely. Con save will be much higher.
At 9. yeah.
Casmus is fucking wasted. Like he's
Yeah.
the guy that's passed out at the bar. Does not make it to his bed.
Walk up behind him and see how to respectfully do this.
I'll roll for Turvey too. Turvey's also wasted by the end of it, crying about his sister.
Okay. Um,
Jake.
pull up Casmus's head and thump him on the forehead, and he'll no longer be drunk. But just gently poke Turvey.
As Turvey's like,
Fuck.
you know, Topsy would have loved all this. It's coming back and being welcomed. We didn't think it'd be possible. We didn't run away to begin with. And he'll go on about that until you tap him and he's like, oh, and I'll wipe away some tears. Him will be like, this is why no drink. It just brings sadness of best.
It's good. It's good to bring out sadness at times, though.
Yeah, you gotta let it all out sometimes. It's, sometimes. Emmett will respond, no. No times. I understand you are not as strong as Grey Dwarf.
Yeah, I mean your
That
your
cannot-
cousin at Topside are pretty good to tolerate their alcohol. Some of the best drinkers
Cousins?
that I've seen.
Oh, distantly related. Yes, very distantly. The cousins topside, I would not even call cousins. They are evil up there. They are tyrants. They rule with iron fist. This is known.
Okay. Okay.
Also,
Okay.
their beards and hair are a different color. It makes no
Yeah.
sense. I have seen red, but that is like
Red,
like an
blonde,
orange.
I've seen black.
Blonde is that sounds crazy. Orange and white, I understand. Some of their beards are black like charcoal.
Yeah.
That is well, If that's not a sign of evil, I do not know what is.
Hey, do you guys remember when we found Hemoth locked in a cage?
Right, mate?
Yes, I'm
Yeah.
thinking back to that time fondly.
Yes, with the fish folk. I was trying to make a few extra coins by selling them weapons of war, and they just took everything and trapped me in cage. This was not fair. They bad business with the. I will never do business with them again, especially
Oh
because
no, I was
there's.
talking about the other time.
Yes, it's because of bad business with the. You know.
I'm going to sleep.
And you're saying, yeah. Have you ever met any topside dwarves?
Of course, they're savages. Usually brought to the markets in Gracklestug in chains, though.
And they're evil. Okay.
Yes, they must serve for their atrocities.
All right, I'll rest my case.
My leaning is dwarves are evil up in the top.
No.
I don't know. I've never been up topside.
They're not. They're not tyrants and Iron Fist. I'm
don't-
leaning at Casmus now because he said something. I'm like,
No.
wait.
Gaspus
I
would
don't-
whisper to Zach, no, they're not. He's just being
Okay.
ignorant.
That's good, mate.
Some of the kindest person you've ever met. Like I've ever met up there were actually dwarves.
Can't say I've ever met a dwarf except for Durgar.
You've probably seen slaves in Menzo.
I've seen them,
Yeah.
but not ever had interaction. Try to avoid that part of town.
All right, I should probably get some rest. Get ready for the long journey tomorrow.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Well, we can meet back here in the morning and talk about whatever provisions we need
Yeah.
before we strike out.
Absolutely. I would say as you all do eventually, one by one, go get some rest. I'd like everyone to roll me a d20.
Ooh, nat 20.
I would like Weller and Zach to roll, please. Again.
You got a good shot, man.
This is why I don't drink the Dark Lake Stout.
Weller. This evening, as you, in your reverie of drow semi-sleep state, you would kind of wake up and you would see Jim Jar sitting at the foot of your bed again,
No.
kind of flipping a coin up and into the air. Hey,
Hey, Jim Jar.
looks like you did a lot of good around here.
Hopefully, that was the goal.
Well, how did that make you feel? Bet you didn't think that gnomes had a chance, did you?
I knew they didn't have a chance without us. That's why we had to help them.
Or you just helped even the odds, or rather stacked them against a wave of oozes, it seemed like.
We certainly tried.
Well, the odds are still stacked up against so many.
Yeah, it feels that way.
Are you lot still heading to topside, eh? Wanting to see some fresh air, stars, clouds?
That's the hope.
What are you going to do once you get up there?
I don't know. I have memories of going. Your memories, as I'm sure you're aware.
We have memories, mate.
Yeah, yeah. Try to make some more of my own. But I don't know. In the back of my mind, I know there's a part of me that will stay down here, and I know there's a part of me that'll wonder about the happenings in Neverlight Grove and what the Pudding King meant by Jubilix.
Bunch of
warning.
nasties. Bunch of nasties. All this. Hell, do you remember the Blood Zordon?
I remember the Blood Zordon.
So much down here. So much unbridled rage. Could feel it in the earth. Don't you feel it in your whiskers?
Weller would stroke his gold whiskers, and yeah, I thought that was just leftover slime from earlier, but
Well, it seems like you lot are still doing alright.
we're getting by. But I don't know for how much longer.
I don't think about it like that. I bet over you guys, well, at least you. It'll be fine.
I'm not worried about us making it topside. I'm more worried about the call that brought me back here in the first place and feeling an obligation to return again. It doesn't seem like things are long for the world down here. The rage you were talking about, the nasties, and
Maybe do something about it then.
but what? What could I do? I can't ask the rest of the party to stay down here and do what ultimately needs to be done. Some of them never even been topside. They haven't experienced it.
Maybe get some help. Maybe if
From
you ask
where?
them, I bet they'd be willing to help you out. You guys have been through a lot together.
Maybe.
I bet you figure it out. One way or another.
Maybe.
The Underdark's just the same coin as topside. It's the other side. You flip it. What would happen?
I guess that is my fear. If we're able to make it topside, what else could come up behind us?
Or what are you leaving down here?
No.
I think he should get up top, obviously. Maybe take some time. Talk with your mates. Maybe there's people up there that are more like you. Be willing to help.
That seems familiar. Maybe you're right.
I think I'm gonna hang out here for a while.
Like-
You get some rest.
At the foot of my bed.
Oh, you know, just about.
Okay. I like seeing you. You have a calming presence, but I gotta be honest, it'd be kind of weird if I tried to sleep with you watching me.
I'm not gonna watch you sleep, mate. That's weird.
Okay, just I wanted to make sure we were on the same page. This is new. This is like the second or third time that I've seen you, and it always seems when I drink the Dark Lake Stout, I'm still getting used to this.
Why are you being weird about it?
I don't.
Why are you
I
sitting
wasn't-
here in bed talking to yourself like this? It's just weird. Kind of drow goes to a gnomish city, drinks in a bar, unattended, and then stays up all night talking to himself.
Doesn't seem like very drow-like behavior, but I'm okay with that.
Maybe you're more gnomish than you think.
All right, well now that's just rude.
I bet there's some blood in there somewhere.
All right, good night, Jim Jar.
Why are you saying goodnight to me? I don't need to sleep.
No, I'm going to try to sleep.
Well, then stop talking to yourself.
I love these little chats. Weller's going to just roll over and put the pillow over his head.
You would still hear him kind of mumbling,
Yeah, I'm sure.
and then eventually you do get some rest. As I would say, with keen perceptions, like in the night, Dusk and Zach and Fungi would hear Weller talking just to himself in the middle of the night.
I'm sure that we're accustomed to that.
Yeah, fungi and dust probably.
Nobody comes to check on me to see if I'm having night terrors. Wow.
Mm.
True friends.
Yeah.
We're tired.
I'll ask you about it in the morning. I'll ask you about it in the morning.
Yeah. But yeah, you guys do get a long rest. I would like a dex save from Weller. 23.
Nat, nice.
Yeah, you would notice several things, like as they're happening in the morning, like the drawstring on your pants has been cut, so they don't fit right, so you got to keep them up with something else. They don't fall. You would also notice there's a tripwire outside of your door. And kind of right next to it, there is a single gold coin, as if you would lean down to grab it. But as you lean down to grab it, you hear the creaking of wood behind you as your blanket from your bed starts to cover you. But you knock out of the way as the rest of you guys would wake up and hear a clattering of bedding and stumbling as Weller evades every trap that Jim Jar set for him.
Right. Weller, you alright in there, mate?
Oh, all right's a relative term, but yeah.
What happened? Not too much to drink?
I'm done with the Dark Lake Stout. Never again.
Right, I heard you talking to yourself last night, mate.
I was, yeah.
And
I was talking to
notably,
myself.
all three of you guys only heard one voice. Wellers.
Right. Did you do that a lot, mate?
Yeah, sometimes.
Oh. I get it. You must have a rough time down here.
Did you have another visitor in the night?
It's not worth getting into now. Maybe later. Well, we need something to talk about on the walk.
Is any other body hair golden now?
Weller checks his body, just to be sure.
Nope.
Doesn't appear so.
Dusk is just silently satisfied that you actually looked.
All right. Let's see if we can get any food for the trip and
Yeah, the morning is yours. The gnomes are all
Okay.
busy. The bartender would be there in the morning, kind of cleaning up whatever mess you all left the night before.
Right. Morning, mate.
Oh, hey. Big battle, eh?
Yeah. Successful, though. Got your city back.
Well, mostly. I mean, there's still a lot of cleanup to do. A lot of oozers out there, but they're organising parties to go in there and clean it up. Take our time with it. Do it right.
yeah.
See, you all helped yourself to some of the...
Hope it's not a problem.
Hey, it's fine, it's fine. Well, nothing a little spit shine can't fix.
Right. You got any breakfast, mate? Anything cooking?
No, everyone's busy. I've got some leftover sausages if you want. Not gonna heat them up though. I mean,
Right.
she just
that's
kind of
fine.
gets some sausages from underneath the counter and slaps it on a plate.
Ah, thanks.
Dusk will sigh and take the sausages and head back to the kitchen and see what else he can find and throw together.
There's a lot of like mushrooms and like unprepared insect like grubs and a variety of different mushrooms back there as well as like sausages and some like veggies and stuff, root vegetables.
Okay.
Yeah, I guess help yourself
guess
to the kitchen.
Yeah, he
No.
completely ignored it.
As she's trying to
Right.
clean up the mess you all made.
But Dusk is going to prepare traveling portions for everyone, so no one will get too stuffed before they get on the road.
Some lembas bread.
Lembas bread?
And oh look, more lembas bread. So yeah, absolutely, you can make some traveling portions of food. Tappy won't mind that much. She'll complain about it the whole time, but she doesn't mind too much.
You just gotta make her one.
No, just ignore her.
Right.
As she starts to get too annoying, say, don't you want all of the specific details about the battle?
As she would actually be like, as she's complaining, she would put in little things about that she heard about it. I would
And
talk about, like, the
eventually,
ghosts and, yeah.
Dusk will say, well, I'm not certain, but you know who would know every single detail? And he'll look conspiratorially at her.
She'll lean in.
He'll wiggle his eyebrows and say, go talk to Casmus, the pale elf. With the tail, he knows every detail.
All
And
right.
then keep cooking.
Hey, Casmus.
Uh,
You got juicy bits.
depends what kind you want.
Oh, the kind about oozes.
Well-
I mean, you all did fight the Pudding King, right? What was that like? Was it fraught with danger? Was it a splash? Would you say it was a trifle?
Okay. Guy's supposed to just roll his eyes. Well,
Come on, you gotta give me something.
let's just say he was a bit of a coward. We had to chase him around.
Couldn't have gone far. He's a.
No, he didn't go too far. We still have to chase him around.
All right, all right. What was it? What was he like?
Like a gnome covered in ooze.
Oh, okay, go on. A gnome covered in ooze. Did he have a crown?
Be honest with you, I don't really recall if he had an actual crown, but
Oh, so he did have a crown. It was big and gelatinous, probably.
possibly, yeah.
If you had to describe a way
Possibly.
it tasted,
The way it tasted,
is
I
it
would
more
have
like
never
a
even.
strawberry rhubarb, or is it more of a
I
grape?
haven't tasted it. And I didn't want to taste it, and I don't even want to think about having ooze in my mouth.
Or I'm just gonna say
So
preserved
disgusting.
lemons then.
No, probably more like vomit.
Well, it's not fun. So you did get
No.
some in your mouth and it tasted like vomit.
No, but I mean,
Ooze
if
went
you look
everywhere.
at them,
Did he
if
explode?
you look, no, he didn't explode.
He exploded in ooze. I got you. Yeah.
If you look at it, the ooze were a bit dirty and a dirty yellow and everything. So yeah, definitely not lemon. Definitely would probably taste more like something bad.
Well, have you ever tried a lemon, mate? They're all sour and bitter. When you preserve them, they just get all salty. It's a
Oh.
weird combination. I've heard people up top
Uh,
love it, though. I've tried to serve it
I
here.
like-
No luck. Tell you that.
No, don't eat a lemon just like that. You got a lemon pie is pretty good. Just a lemon like that, no.
Put the preserved lemon in a pie. Okay.
Yeah. More complicated than that. I'm not really a cook. You'd have to ask Dusk about lemon pies. He's probably gonna be able to.
All right.
Tell
It
you a bit
seemed like
more
he's
about
busy in the
that.
kitchen. I was more concerned about the details of the battle, though. I can, people love a good story.
Yeah, I'm not much of a storyteller.
Oh. All right. Well. So it exploded everywhere. Tasted
Yeah,
like
explode everywhere.
like vinegar and ants. I got you.
That tracks.
You didn't tell her about the prince and the princess.
There was a
Oh,
prince and
right.
a princess?
Right.
Yeah, a news and a news prince and princess. Yeah,
Oh, they had crowns too. That's how you could tell.
he called them princess and prince. Yeah.
What were their names?
Oh God. I don't believe he said their names, but I'm really bad with names, so
It was Prince Livin
I tend to
and
forget.
Princess Ebenmeyer.
Yeah, but literally, Caspus would not. He probably would not have. He's really bad with names. He would not care about the names of the ooze.
Pudding royalty. I can probably make a dish with that. Probably chocolate and fudge. Maybe make another one that's all fruity.
chocolate and fruity would be good.
Well, yeah, to serve here. Of course, we're gonna make it with the stout. Yeah.
That actually sounds good.
And she starts to kind of like think over recipes and kind of a story to go along with it, based on
Princess Ebenmeyer pie.
Princess
Dusk will come out
Evermeyer
into the
pudding.
tavern, impossibly holding every single plate, and just sort of sling them out real quick onto the table.
Oh. Thanks, mate. Where'd you learn to cook all this?
He'll
Were you
say,
serving in the kitchen?
I used to cook as I traveled and usually ended up cooking for most of the time at the monastery.
Monastery.
Yes. Monastery.
Right. What is that, mate?
It's a place of study and meditation.
Like a temple?
Oh, no, no, no. More spiritual, less religious.
Oh, like the shrines to Guanadar. I understand.
We also learned how to kill things there.
Definitely like the shrines of Guanadar.
I don't know what that is, but sure. Dusk will just start eating.
You can give me a religion check.
I do have a reputation of rolling really high on these, even though I suck at it. Oh, not this time.
Yeah, with a 0, yeah, it sounds like some weird
He
shit.
heard shrines of guano, and he
Mhm.
thinks because drow worship bats, he doesn't care. He's eating.
You definitely know.
Yep, you are
Right.
unknown to that. But after having a nice meal provided by Dusk, is there anything you'd like to do to prepare for the journey ahead? All shops will now provide a 5% discount and the Bleeding and Stone trade tab. You guys have to do the math. though.
Dusk will want to acquire a cartographer's tool set.
Yeah, that stuff can be easily found. Yeah.
See how much?
$5 gold.
5% on.
Didn't
Five
we
gold.
buy the lapis lazuli gem?
You debated it. I don't think you did.
Didn't we
No,
give
we didn't. I don't think we ended up buying it because we had the Ember spell.
Somebody bought a gem and imbued it with second level blasts and gave it to me.
Oh, there you go.
Oh,
So you bought the
there we go. We
quartz.
did.
right?
Yeah.
Right. I should. Do you all want me to imbue the gems again? Or possibly with different magics?
Well, I've still got this one in my pocket, so
And it still has bless in it.
Mm-hmm.
up to you guys. And I
was
still have an
thinking-
alchemist fire and a potion of fire breathing. And a big wig. Thanks to Fun Guy.
Right?
Yeah, big wig. Yeah, I've had for a
Smash
long
things
time.
harder.
I actually didn't use either of my potions of healing.
Neither did I.
I had to use one.
I used one.
Oh, I already had a set of cartographer. No, that can't
That
be
is
right.
one.
I wouldn't have had that.
Well,
And we'll get a full set of cook's utensils as well.
Now with 5% discount to everything, you do the math though. I don't want to.
yeah, I don't want to. What's 5% of 500? I don't know. It's probably easy to figure out, but I don't want to do it.
What's a good 4th level spell to put in that? Who doesn't use their bonus actions? Does anyone not use their bonus action a lot?
I use mine a lot.
I know you do.
Typically
I
do if I'm doing
can.
it.
I can, but I haven't really used it much because it takes all my spell slots to do it.
Right. So what if I put like a mass healing word in that stone and you hung on to it?
Could do that.
I mean, I think that's the best way to use it at 4th level. Backup heal, just in case.
4th level mass healing word.
Yeah.
And give it to Casmus.
Yeah, because he's not using it as bonus action, so that's a good way to use it up.
Yeah, because I've got Bane and X, but they both use a spell slot, so it's really not.
Bane's in
Rarely
action.
gonna use.
X is a
Okay,
bonus
yeah,
action,
but
though.
Yeah,
but she
I'll
uses
go ahead and
my,
waste his spell slot for the morning and
Okay.
imbue that so he can.
all right.
Is
a
there
stone
anything
with-
else you guys would like to do? Or you leave Blingdenstone? As they are still busy and kind of a, you know, guard area and small bastion has been set up in the market of Blingdenstone. But everyone is wandering about the city and kind of going about their lives, but still kind of like, you know, going to that central space of the market for most things. So even though it's a little disorganized or scattered in the market, the stores are still present, the stalls.
I mean, we still got healing potions. How we doing? How you're all doing on rations is a good question. Are you moving stuff?
We
I was just
we haven't
moving the spell
had
books
do
into
with
Blingdenstone
the
trade.
rations.
Oh, they're
to
now
the-
under magic items.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because we did have, I had 40 rations in my bag, but did we put
So
those
you
in the
still
other
got 'em?
bag?
No, you still got them.
No, you still got them.
Yeah, I
Okay.
think you
remember
did.
at one point we talked about consolidating. 'cause
Yeah,
we
you
needed the
did. You
bag
did
for
put them in
something
the
for
other
Bloods
bag.
and-
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can put them in this bag too. I mean,
Yeah, so you've got the 40 rations.
all right, let me put in there.
Or you can get back to me, it doesn't matter.
So
to
you
me.
got
I
one
just knew
one
we had
empty
'em.
empty bag of holding.
Okay,
That's
so empty. What
staying
do
with
you have
lots of-
inside of it? So okay, you can put that one empty. I'll put the 300 silver and the 40 ration in here.
Okay.
All
All right.
I think we're good then.
Well, as you do prepare your leave, you are given hearty goodbyes and maybe not so eager for the drow to return, but still welcomed back at any time and escorted out through blindfold through the entrance of the city and down the staircase that is the new Myconid Grove. They would Rumpadump will stay here. But Cappy will go with you if you want him to. Entirely up to
I
you.
mean, if he wants to follow us up until the surface, more than welcome to. Yeah.
I've never seen
Nice
the
to have our
surface.
friends around.
Fair enough.
Bye, Rumpadump.
As
Gonna
Rumpadump,
miss you, buddy.
it'll be okay. I mean, we're all probably gonna die here too. I mean, it's probably just gonna be another Neverlet Grove thing.
You gotta be a little bit more optimistic there, buddy.
Wow.
It's not gonna turn into another grove.
Well, not gonna turn into another bad growth. Could be a good growth.
I believe it when I see it.
You gotta trust Basidia.
Well, what if he turns out to another Philo?
He didn't the last time, did he?
Yeah,
He
he
didn't
yeah.
yet.
hasn't yet. So I mean, he's proven.
So why
he's
would he do it
proven-
now?
I don't know. People do bad things.
He's proven himself multiple times.
maybe they'll need another sovereign, and Sovereign Rumpadump has a good sound to it.
They said I was special. I don't
See?
believe them, though.
Are.
I mean, Stur was more special, I think.
Still was more special.
And he died.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
But hey, if you were second special to Stool and Stool's dead,
That means I'll never be as good.
you'll
You're
be
already.
the best option they have.
You're already better because you're still alive.
I guess that's a way of looking at it.
Right, mate?
I am going to miss your cheery misdemeanor.
Well, don't get crushed by rocks on your way
Demeanor.
up.
I'll try not to.
Or get your brains eaten by a mind flare.
Yeah.
I'll be here.
That's good. We'll know where to find you.
Nowhere better to go. As Rumpadump doesn't have a good thing to say, but he does hope that you guys make it. However depressing, he puts it.
Well, Rumpadump, it's getting to be about that time. We're gonna get to it.
Oh yeah, you don't want to overstay your welcome. That would be weird.
Yeah. I've had enough weird stuff happen.
You head down the halls and into the tunnels. With a route up, Turvey will kind of lead the way, map out occasionally, turning corners here and there. That's where we're going to take our little 5-10 minute break. As we are finally heading up and out. Or at least attempting to head out and up. But stick around and we'll be back soonish.
All right.
We'll be back.
See you back shortly.
Snap.
Alrighty, folks. Welcome back. And last we left off, after the Battle of Blingdenstone, you guys got some drinks in and minor celebration as the gnomes were preparing for continuing fixing up their city. You all prepared to leave, as wanting to get topside has been such a long dream. So distant. And now you have a map. You have people helping you get up. Said your goodbyes to those staying behind, as Hemeth, Cappy, and Turvey are going to still accompany you on your way up. Turvey mostly leading the way, or at least telling you which way to go throughout. As you start to head through these tunnels and caves, it's all seemingly, after going through several different, like, maybe an hour or two into the journey, all of it's old caves that haven't been used in some time. Obviously, since Blingdenstone hasn't been trading with the surface anytime recently. The occasional marking to help lead the way, most notably like stone surfaces and odd patches of fungal growth lining different walls that are kind of pointed out on the map, and some of them do seem like the fungal growths might be a little more bigger than anticipated than the map would say. but it does seem like it's mostly no major caverns, just series of small tunnels. But is there anything you guys would be doing, or what is it like during your traversal? Are you guys being quiet, just following the map as Turvey's leading, or what? If not,
Quiet in the Underdark, traveling through unknown caverns, probably staying to the shadows, hiding, trying to blend in with the walls.
okay.
Funguy's definitely playing with his orb of direction as they're moving all around.
Yeah, as you would know exactly which way is north, and sometimes it doesn't coincide with what Turvey says. Like no, it's up this way, but it does eventually kind of wind out. Like sometimes there's curves that are not marked in the map, so it's contradictory to what the map says occasionally. I would say a few hours into this journey, these old tunnels would start to notice cobwebs and larger webs creeping in the corners. These tunnels that are at most like 20 to 30 feet wide, but definitely wide enough and flat enough for things such as carts and the occasional small ledge that is narrow but still wide enough for a cart, as these are old trading routes.
Yeah, the webbing has me concerned though.
The webbing is easily noticed, and it's not something that is, at first it's sparse. And you can notice spiders creeping along the webs. Average size spiders, nothing too extraordinary. The occasional like spider the size of a small cat. But they don't seem to care of your presence, because you guys are all larger than a small cat. But the webbings do get thicker, clinging to the sides of the walls in here, a little bit on the floor. And you would see smaller tunnels kind of intermingling with this larger route. Each of these smaller tunnels, as you kind of peer down it, and whatever actually non-light your dark vision can see, the smaller tunnels are caked in this webbing. Absolutely. See signs of wrapped up smaller creatures. Some the size of near humanoid sizing. Unsure what's in these cocoons in the depths of these small tunnels that linger off to the sides.
How long does this go on for?
Goes on for
like how long have you been?
I would say like 3 hours into your travel is when it starts, and then like you start noticing more and more webbings about an hour through this traversal, and it just gets more and more.
We seem to be moving towards a higher concentration.
Does seem that way.
Which would mean, and Dusk will look down at one of the humanoid-ish looking size cocoons and say, certainly one of the smaller spiders did not do that.
Right, mate.
Right.
Let's keep an eye out.
We'll
should-
be
we
on
should
high
be on
alert, especially, above and areas that spiders normally use to ambush.
Absolutely. Give me a
Be-
perception check, Dusk, as you keep an eye out.
I suppose you have to keep an eye out too, since you can see
15.
pretty well in the dark.
Yeah, you can give me a perception check too.
Perception.
And are you using light sources? Or just keeping to your shadows that you have? As you can all see relatively okay in the dark. Some Casmus better than anyone, but
I'm just walking in the dark,
okay.
keeping an eye out. And probably advising the group to increase the spacing between ourselves a little bit.
Increase the space?
Yeah, to like not bunch up,
Okay.
like spread out a little bit.
As you do start to spread out, I would say Dusk, you would. Both Dusk and Casmus probably honestly around the same perception because Casmus has good vision, whereas everyone else just has the dark vision. You would notice the occasional like trapdoor spider as large rocks or rock faces that like a little lining around it, where it's like, yeah, that's where a spider the size of a small dog dwells.
Okay.
And you start to kind of fan out. This goes on for like 30, 45 minutes. You notice the webs get thicker and thicker, starting to cover most of this tunnel, most of the floor. Each step has a little stickiness to it. You know, like when you spill a soda and don't clean it up, or you don't clean it up well, and that stickiness just kind of persists. Not enough to keep you. But I would like everyone to give me a acrobatics check to see your movements throughout these webs. Hate to see it. Or do I? Yeah, as kind of you start to spread it out. Fungi, as you're kind of sticking to the floor a little bit, it's you do actually get stuck to the ground. You get stuck there. You can just feel that tug of your feet sticking, your walking stick sticking to the ground. Well, or you would feel much the same, maybe on the opposite side of this wide tunnel, as you just feel like stuck. What do you guys do?
You know what? I'm just gonna wild shape into a wolf spider. And stop having trouble with these damn webs for a little while.
As you turn into a spider yourself. Easily skitter off of it.
Yeah, I'll just do the same thing. I'll look down and see, and I actually stuck to webbing. Does there appear to be a way that I could cut it away?
Absolutely, there's a way you can cut it away. Give
I
me.
notice and try and stop him from doing that.
Well, I was going to say, before I do that, I just want to take a look around and see if me stepping on it has caused any
Give me a perception check.
attention.
As you glance around.
Skeption.
The 13. Not that you can see. No, you see some smaller spiders kind of lightly reacting, but nothing grand. None of the big dog-sized spiders.
The ground that we're walking on, obviously covered in spider webs. Is
Covered in webbins.
it webbins? Is it? I mean, is it stone? Is it
It's-
smooth?
It's mostly stone. The ground is more smooth, as like it's traversable by cart, you would imagine.
Okay.
But the walls are less smooth. I'd say most of them have plenty of jutting out rocks that much of these spider webs are kind of clinging to and kind of in and around.
Okay.
Ceiling here might be 15, 20 feet tall, which also that has way more spider webs than the rest of the space. It's like it's just caked in webbings.
Let's do. Oh, hang on, I want to do one thing just so that I'm being honest.
While Weller is contemplating his situation,
Mm-hmm.
Dusk is going to go up to Isabeau, and his eyes will dart over to Zach, who for some reason I imagine has a goofy grin on his face at this moment. Don't know why. And say, based on our track record, and he'll look at the webs, something is about to happen. Your friend looks a little unprotected right now. Could you help him like you did before?
Yes.
Just a feeling.
Yes.
As she takes a long rest.
Mhm.
I didn't do it before.
Well, that helps.
Yeah. Goes to sleep right
yeah.
here. Don't mind if I do.
So I will cast Mage Armor on Zach.
Okay.
I am going to look for either on the wall or possibly in the floor if there's any kind of crack that I might be able to drive the non-business end of one of my javelins into to try to like pull myself free as opposed to just cutting at the
Absolutely.
webs.
There's you can kind of like pry yourself up and away from it.
Yeah, just
Yeah.
work a little leverage.
Give me an athletics check. With a 10. You try to pry yourself free, and you end up pulling more webbings onto you instead as you grasp towards them. And you guys can see that Weller is struggling. He's stuck, and he tries to pull himself up as he digs a javelin into a crack and trying pulling himself. Instead, he inadvertently pulls webbings to start to cover him. As that happens, there's this kind of quivering, almost like the cavern itself is shaking. But no, it's not the cavern. It's the webs. Like there's this, like you're jumping on a trampoline kind of thing, or that reverberation throughout it.
Mm-hmm.
As you would start to hear that multiple thudding, skittering, that soft thud of so many legs.
Oh.
As almost like being alerted out of several of these small tunnels, start to see that glistening reflection of so many spider eyes creeping around, inspecting and watching, waiting for a moment to strike. Dozens of eyes in the darkness. Some not as dark for Casmus because he could see perfectly in this, but still, They are large. They are some the size of big dogs. A few, nay, a good number of them are the size of a horse. And seeing this moment, a good dozen of them do start skittering out to meet Weller.
How do you do?
What do you do?
How are they approaching me in relation to the party? Are they like they're just coming at me and the
Yeah, they're
party's
coming
kinda...
from the ceiling, the walls, these small, narrower tunnels that some of these spiders you don't think would be able to fit through, but they do very easily. Creeping around the corner. And in a much less creeping kind of way, more of a fast skittering. Like, oh, there's something caught here. Let's get after it.
I'm gonna
Guys,
fly over
we-
to Weller and get out of there quickly, and I'm gonna guide him on athletics. Get out.
As you rush
I
over to
think
him
they
flying.
already know I'm here. We need to go now.
As Weller's stuck.
I was gonna say as he's doing that, I would. Fuck it. Let me just check something real quick.
What are you
what?
guiding him on, Zach? Because you do have to say a skill.
Athletics.
Okay.
And
I am. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, Fungi wants to run up.
He's a
I'm gonna
spider,
have to-
so
Yep, I'm gonna spider up, but pretty sure I can't speak spider even when I'm wild shaped into it. I'm gonna revert back and waste a spell slot, but I'm going to not ritually cast Speak with Animals.
as
And,
you would hear these almost hundreds of voices all at once. Food. 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 Get it. Gotta get it. Stop it from moving. Suck its blood. Drain it. Eat. There's more. Get 'em all. As that's what you would hear. These kind of reverberating echoes of the same thought. Like, it's not the same thought. They're obviously all thinking on their own, but they are like a pack.
And I'm going to yell at him, "Stop! You know not who you come for. This is the Spider Queen's chosen. You must let him go."
Give me a
He is golden mustache.
deception check?
Yeah.
What's a
I'm
mustache?
mad at it. I give it
Golden mustache.
wait. I don't have anything that's going to try and save me if I. Well, let's
Give
see
us
here.
that nat 20.
I got a ability check as well, just to be safe. Just to be so
13.
safe. Wait. Give me 1
The
second.
DC for this is
Make
going to
sure
be
that's
very
like
high.
anything. I'm gonna throw. Can I stack? Knowledge of a past life and tactical mind.
If they don't use reactions, then yes. If they both use reactions, then
Yeah,
yes.
no, it doesn't. They don't. I say one thing or the other. I think. Well, I guess tactical mind is when I expend a second wind, but knowledge of a past life doesn't say anything.
Then yeah.
So is that a yes? I can, or
Yeah.
okay?
I believe
So I'm
tactical
gonna
mind
stack
says
these here.
when you fail a check.
Yeah.
It doesn't require any sort
Yeah,
of
well, if
action.
it's got really high, I want to make sure I'm going to give myself the best chance possible here.
Now the question would be, does that fail? And then if it does, you would roll. The good news is, if it doesn't help you, you don't lose it. Oh.
Yeah, that's true.
You don't lose it
Yeah, an 18.
as
I
they
don't lose it.
are rushing towards you. He's like, "Oh, we eat you
It's
too.
worth a shot.
Eat it all. You'll all be caught in our webs."
Is
Ignite
everybody
Dawn.
out of ideas before I throw this alchemist fire at him.
Yeah, no, Casper's gonna throw a firebolt near Weller to burn the
As immediately a bolt of
webs.
fire. Weller, give me an athletics check at advantage as the web ignites around you. Just kind of
Plus
burning
1D
you free.
Plus 1d4.
Yeah, plus 1d4
Plus 1d4. All right. Athletics, you said? Athletics.
at advantage.
Advantage.
Plus a d4.
That's a D4.
With a 21, as you quickly burn free, Casmus, roll me some damage. Weller, you take half of that. You take 8 points of fire damage. Well, plus 4, right? So 10 points of damage.
That's right. So this is
As you would see dozens of these spiders creep out around, ready to get you from all of these tiny tunnels. You would see spiders of kind of like in the Harry Potter movies, like giant spiders clambering towards you, some dropping from the ceiling, some climbing on the ceiling and walls, skittering along this spider web area. What do you guys do? Dawn is ignited.
I'm throwing a alchemist fire into the biggest group I see, and then just yelling,
Yep.
"Run!"
Do we have another pad we can go that doesn't seem to have any spiders coming?
Nope. There is this one large tunnel that you guys are going down, and there's several offshoots that are just covered and packed in webs that these spiders are pouring out of.
All right.
We can't go back, and then we gotta go forward.
Weller's already running.
Yeah.
Weller
flying.
hucks a
Alchemist fire
Alchemist
towards
fire
the
and
largest
starts
group
running.
of them and starts running as he yells, "Run!"
Dusk is going to run forward. He's kind of X-slashing with Dawn to remove webbings out of the path.
Okay. I like that. Give me a... Give me a check. Let's say 2 slashing. It'll be probably athletics, but you can use your dexterity modifier instead of strength if that helps.
So that would be just acrobatics
So it'd be acrobatics, yeah.
for him, I believe. Let me make sure I don't have any sort of weird. Yeah, it would be.
Or insight to cut the right webbings. I'm gonna say insight. You go with that one.
Not a huge difference on him.
Yeah, both wisdom and dex are very high.
Oh, 11.
With an 11, as you start to cut the webbings, Weller, give me a, say, sleight of hand to toss the alchemist fire in the right position.
Ka-chow! These rolls are
With a
terrible tonight.
6. I would like everyone to give me a dex save. Good news is Yezbo's not going to be stuck.
25.
As Casmus,
Do you need one from me too?
I do need one from you.
You said dex save.
Yes,
He's like,
please.
especially you.
There
Yes.
we go.
Casmus and Weller, you are both stuck as spiders start climbing onto you. None of the giant ones, the smaller ones that are nearby, climb onto you. You each take 7 points of piercing damage. Yezebo, you aren't stuck, but some spiders do clamber onto you as you take 7 points of piercing damage as well. Those of you who passed 15 or up.
Why?
take no damage because no spiders climb onto you
Right.
as you are rushing. Both Weller and Casmus are stuck in the webbings.
I mean, at
I'm
this
gonna-
point, I'm just going to try to cut myself free.
Yeah,
I was
use
trying to be
Swan to
sneaky
try
before.
to cut free the closest one of the two to me.
Okay, we'll say give me a athletics check, Dusk, as you try to cut Casmus free, and Weller, give me an athletics check as well.
Eventually got to roll good, right? There we
Can
go.
I cast a fireball at the end where we're trying to cut through?
Absolutely, you can. Trying to carve a path forward.
Yeah.
Give me an Arcana check. Just give me a dex save. A 16. As Dusk, you do cut Casmus free with this blinding light of your Dawn Blade. Weller, you just kind of, this is the adrenaline kicking in. You just start breaking yourself free and running as you all see a massive fireball launch ahead of you and just explode as a bunch of spider bodies just start falling down, and we're just creating this orb of cinder around. Dusk, what'd you get on that dex save?
I didn't know if that was me.
Sorry.
Dirty 20.
With a 20, you narrowly avoid spiders climbing onto you. As they start to climb onto your leg and stuff, you just kick them away, grab Casmus, and start running as you get unstuck. As actually should have been a con save. What's the difference there?
For Dusk.
Yeah. And I'll need one
That
for
would be-
Casmus as well in this moment. Yes.
That would be a 15 would be his result.
Okay.
17.
As you do get bit, you don't take piercing damage. You would each take 6 points of poison damage. As you resist the poison condition. But you do get bit a little bit as you try and cut him free. As you start running, the cinders and this little bit of smoldering webbing around the tunnel ahead of you gives you a little break from the webbing ahead as you start running through the cinders ahead. Is there anything
Do we
you'd like
see
to
more
do before?
spiders ahead?
I think
I would say you don't see that far ahead because it's not
Okay.
not a straight tunnel, and it is an upward incline.
I'm gonna activate Spirit Guardians and keep it surrounding the group, so in case any spiders
As you,
enter the area.
fair enough, as you activate this Spirit Guardians, the spiders are still skittering after you.
Right.
This weight of them behind you and the weight of you all, you do feel this crack in the ground, as I would say Dusk, Fungi, and Zach, with your keener perceptions, you can very much tell that the floor and walls are all this hairline crack is quickly turning into a massive crack as something in the hall ahead of you is about to give, especially after that explosion of the fireball and just the weight of all of these spiders kind of converging onto this one large meal that is your group. As they're still behind you, coming after you, but grounds might be giving way, the ceiling might be giving way, you are uncertain.
Fungi is going to cast behind them spike growth to give them all those spiders chasing some difficult terrain and some pain.
Okay.
To give this little
Absolutely.
breathing room.
Just kind of, you would see these spikes emerge from the walls and the floor and the ceiling behind you. Give me a nature check. A 21. As you would start to hear that kind of screeching of spiders as they are slowed down behind you, which gives you some time to think about the terrain ahead of you. As you pass the area of cinders, there's still some spider webbings, but it's not quite as prevalent as where you were. But you do see those cracks start to turn into fissures in the walls, ceilings, and floors.
And the spiders are still going towards us?
They are, but they are very much slowed down behind you as you're running ahead towards these fissures.
Right, everyone's pretty.
You can either look for a side path or increase speed ahead.
I say go faster.
Yeah, let's go faster. Let's just keep running.
Come on.
I'll keep flying
Hopefully-
ahead.
Okay, so it will be a group athletics check to exert your running. I guess Zach would be a acrobatics.
Who's
Can I expend a focus point to give myself advantage on it? Step of the wind.
You can give
Type
yourself
thing.
a focus point to give. I'll say plus a. What is your monk dice? A D8?
A D8.
I'll let you add a D8 to it.
Okay.
who's the heaviest person in our party?
Mm,
Weller?
Probably Weller.
Weller, just because of the armor. If it
Yeah.
wasn't for the armor, it would
Okay.
probably be Casmus.
Rude.
Because he's taller.
Okay. As we're running, I want to reach into my bag and I want to pull out my very last pygmy wart mushroom, and I'm gonna
Try and shrink him.
give it a Casmus. I got a two-step plan here. Eat this. Eat this now.
Give it to me or to Weller?
Giving it to you. I'm handing it to you. Eat this.
Okay. I mean, he's going to eat it,
Do it.
but
Do it.
I'll allow a reroll of Casmus's
Oh, I
athletics
got it.
check.
I got a second
Alright.
plan too if this works.
let's see.
As you guys are running, this is the one thing
And-
that fungi is doing in this moment. You're running across the ground with a 17, absolutely. As he gets smaller and as he starts to shrink down, just barely avoids this crack. As both Dusk, you kind of get your foot caught as you're going too fast. You are speed and you're dodging around. The cracks open up where you don't see them because it's happening in that split moment. As you would fall and trip, Zach, tumbling stone falls down on top of you. And fungi, it would be probably that same thing. Maybe when Dusk trips and falls, you just kind of, as you're handing Casmus that pygmy wart, you kind of trip over Dusk there as he's kind of leading the charge. I would like all three of you to give me Constitution saves. As well, you each take 1 point of bludgeoning damage. Downside is Dusk has 1 point of exhaustion. As the stone kind of, you inhale this dust in your lungs as you do, the ground doesn't quite give way. It does create this kind of gape behind you, but spiders are still skittering after you. Zach, you also take a point of exhaustion. Wait. Oh,
that's the
that was
second
for that. I got you. Yeah,
concentration.
I got you.
Yeah.
As that's a good thing that wasn't that roll.
Mhm.
To slow down the spider even more, Casmus would throw down a wall of fire right behind the group. But the
Okay.
fire going towards the spider.
Erupting this wall of fire behind. What does this look like? This is the first time we've seen you cast this spell, right?
He would literally like to take his head up to his mouth and like blow man just dust and whatever's on his hand would just go and transform into the fire and cover the entire width of the cave.
As the burning flames of hell burst forth. Give me a Arcana check. As you hear the popping of the bodies of the spiders behind and the screaming of their... As fungi, you're still... Actually, you wouldn't be focusing on... Is Speak with Animals concentration? We're going to say you hear it anyways.
No, I don't think it does.
You would hear the screams of these spiders calling out for mercy and vengeance, and it's a width of emotions that you didn't think spiders had. As you...
Better than you. Oh, sorry.
What
Can I
you
try
just-
the next thing I wanted to do with my little plan I had with Casmus there?
Sure, you guys have evaded this. He's small and he's your size.
Yeah.
He's got a wall of fire behind him, scorching these spiders as not one of them are getting through in this moment. And they're kind of still in that spot where the chasms have kind of opened up.
I'm gonna grab him and say, hold on. I'm gonna wild shape again into a steeder. And now that he's small, he can actually ride.
Absolutely.
And I'll stick to more to the walls and stuff like that, so not risking any more cracks underneath us.
All right.
Now, was his wall of fire smaller?
No. It
No.
is still
Like
Wall
a
fire
big
is
wall of fire.
It is
It's
like
60 feet long, 20
it is-
feet high.
It is covering the entire cavern behind you, as fungi taking Casmus with him along the wall, as fungi is now a steeder. As
Start just shooting behind me.
you start
Yeah,
like
just
keep running ahead, and after a few minutes or so, starting to catch your breath out of this space, you see light up ahead, light of fungal growths and mushrooms, the little bit of handful of glowing crystals and zirkwood, not a ton, but enough. And yeah, it's kind of uphill. You would see a small pool of water. Nice serene space, mere minutes away from all of those horrid spiders and the webbings. Not a single web around this space. Seems more serene and nice. Maybe not nice, but as nice as the Underdark can get.
Hey, is this on the map?
Kirby will pull it out. Oh yeah, we're on the right track. This is says safe to drink, so we can drink here.
how long have we been going?
Well, a few
Lost track of
hours.
time there.
Not long. We haven't even rested yet. We could pop down
This
and have a
was-
lunch here. Catch your breath.
Yeah, I think we need to catch our breath a little bit.
Yeah, mate.
It's a little.
Feels like this journey might be a bit more precarious than we anticipated.
Surprised.
No.
If that was I'm not surprised at all. I mean, it's spiders. We managed to get away, but be surprised if there's other stuff down there in those caverns.
It's going to be a long journey.
Right, it's safer at the top, though, right, mates? The surface is pretty docile.
It depends where you go, but yes. Like if you get lost in the forest, you're gonna get a lot of owl bears and that kind of stuff attacking you, but otherwise it's pretty safe.
What's an owl bear?
Let's see. No, that's not what I wanted to do.
Minor illusion.
Yeah, I was gonna do, but I can't do one. It's think of a you know my son. See my little friend, the owl.
Right, so it's a cute little thing like that.
No. Think of
Hemethil said,
the
well, bears are big beastly creatures with
yes.
like those badgers that the gnomes had, but more ferocious.
Yes,
Big
and
claws, and they like to sleep a lot.
think of a mix of a little owl like the one I got and a bear, the size of a bear.
All right.
I
Endangered?
would give you a description, a better image with an illusion, but I can't really do illusions.
With a voice. Well, it is a shame. I sure would love to see one. Big plans for the surface. What's that about?
Wait,
You lot have been running me ragged. All over the place. A mar. A stain.
Oh no.
Mm.
And I see you've even grouped up with some traitors of your kind. That would make sense. One traitor does go with another.
Whoever you are, just show yourself. Don't be a coward.
Do you not remember me? Oh, I am no coward. I take what's mine. Nothing escapes the web. Not for long, anyways. Those that do, well, eventually snuffed out. As, yeah, kind of stepping out of the shadows. Up ahead of you, you would see a gaggle of drow. About 6 of them.
Mm.
Yeah, 6 of them. Standing in the center of them, in a beautiful white gown, white hair kind of shaved at the sides and a top ponytail, is who you would know as Ilvara Mizrim. Standing beside her would be, with the mullet haircut, Shor Vandry. The scarred image of Jorlan, one of the other guards. And the young priestess, Asha Vandry, along with a couple of other drow. All with swords and crossbows drawn.
Curious to see how you guys survived the little cavern collapse last time.
We survived just fine.
so
There
let
will
me
be
get
no
this straight.
giants to save you this time.
You're a noble of Mizram, correct?
I am Ilvara of House Mizrim, and you should know your place.
Right, I learned my place a long time ago.
Then you should have stayed there.
Right. I see. And you spend all this time chasing these mates this far away from Menzo.
She's got nothing else better to do.
I have
Right.
lots better to do, but nothing escapes the web of a spider.
Well,
that's
we're
not
proof that some things do.
And you
right.
will not be proof for much longer. For once you are snuffed out, or brought back in chains, brought to heel, like good pups, well, no one needs to know about that.
Right.
Yeah. Do you have a
So-
third option?
There
Hey,
are no
boss.
options for you.
Oh, there is. There is.
What's our relation with House Mizram? Is this gonna hurt? I'll pull out a book. Any problems?
You-
Ilvara, is she under protection?
Yeah, she's one of, not by you
Yes.
guys, but no.
No, by us.
No, yeah, no. She had
By
nothing to
us.
do with the Reagantarth.
Right, so usual going rate's 10,000 to spare your life.
10,000
currently
what?
under our
10,000 bones broken in your body.
No,
I don't think you can
gold.
spare it.
I don't even think that makes sense. I don't think we have 10,000 bones.
Yeah, that was really ridiculous.
And you're the okay. Right, you're not under protection, so 10,000 gold and we'll let you live.
I don't even know who you are. You should be kneeling before me. Nothing more than
Right.
dirt. Even Shaw here knows his place. As the mulleted drow crosses his arms and smiles. It's only right.
Right. So you're gonna attack another noble house? I'm just making sure I get that correct.
Oh, if you're traitors to all of Menzo, then yes. I will snuff out any conspiracies. I will snuff out any who go against House Mizrim.
Right, we're part of Brigandiath.
All the better.
Noted. Alright, I'll put that up. Well, did offer you a chance at least.
So you can either come willingly. And she smiles and pulls out a, almost looks like a scourge, but has almost kind of like 3 long tentacles stretching out from the handle.
I don't have time. We don't have time for this.
Yezebel's gonna step in front of Weller and Zach and just kind of put them behind her. We are not going anywhere.
I beg to differ. You see, that drow there, even though he did grow a mustache, is a traitor and belongs in prison. The others, strange cat creature, and the elf with the tail, even the gnome, belong to me and House Mizrim. If you are to try to take property, try to assist in their freedom, then you will also be marred a traitor and your house. I wouldn't want your house to fall so far, wherever house you're from. Not like it
Who
matters.
determines that they are traitors?
I do.
You?
Yes.
Your matron?
I.
I mean, your laws have no bearing here.
You think the laws of
We are not
Menzo
in Menzo.
Berenson? It does not matter. My property is my property. Cannot be taken from me. Cannot be bartered, traded, sold, swindled.
Property.
He's
You
not
Yes,
property.
property. You are property, and you should know your place, all of you.
I mean, you should probably talk to my patron if you're gonna speak like that. He's not gonna like. He wouldn't like that talk from you.
I don't care one bit about whatever patron, whatever you're being paid, whatever you are being owed. Your lives are mine to do with what I want.
I'm done with this. Gasmus would throw down the vial he's got on the ground he's got and cast the aberration.
We're gonna roll initiative first, because they are all very ready. But first, before you roll initiative, I'm gonna bring you to a map. But as we roll initiative and get brought to a map, you guys can
Cool
rearrange
map.
yourselves within like 5 or 10 feet of wherever you are.
Do we even get a drink of water first?
No, you guys didn't drink water.
Damn.
No, we wanted a drink of water. We just
Yeah.
didn't get to.
Where are they? Okay, they're up there.
They're up there.
So I guess is in front of me and Weller.
But as you go to cast a spell, yeah, Yezbo was in front.
Yeah, Gasmus would be around
Because we were talking.
As you were talking.
right there in the back.
Mhm.
As he's small.
Yeah.
Yeah, actually, you might still be on my back. I should probably still be in Steeder form.
Yeah. I don't feel like dragging a steeder out. But as we roll initiative
That's-
here,
I mean, that's good.
that is
Yeah,
where
right there, then.
we are going to end tonight. As they have finally caught up with you after months of travel.
Well,
But-
Should I
they're
roll
persistent. We'll give it
uses-
to them.
You can roll using your stats.
use my
And I-
initiative? Okay.
Yeah.
They have time to before all of this to summon the aberration, or
Absolutely not.
good to be
They are
on the
all
turn.
ready.
All right.
You can do it on your turn. But we are going to end there tonight, folks. So stay tuned for what happens next.
Killing a noble. Sounds good.
And finally caught up with the drow. On your way up. We'll see you next time, folks.
See you next time.
Good night,
Hi,
Internet.
Twitch.
Good night.